Imagine holding a device that could stretch the very fabric of your perception, giving you the sense of hours passing in what feels like minutes, or slowing the rush of a hectic day into a manageable flow. Time-slowing devices, once the stuff of science fiction, are now creeping into the realm of possible future consumer gadgets. Not by literally bending the laws of physics, but by altering how our brains interpret the passing of time. This script will take you deep into how such technology could work, what it means for productivity, creativity, and even society itself. Buckle in, because if we could master time perception, we may never see the world the same way again. First, let's ground ourselves in the basics of time perception. Human beings do not measure time like a clock. Instead, our brains rely on a series of cues: memory formation, neural rhythms, attention, and emotional intensity. Think about how a boring lecture feels like it drags on forever, while a thrilling game session seems to end in a blink. It's not time that changes, it's your perception of it. Neuroscientists have long studied this phenomenon, linking it to dopamine levels, the brain's internal oscillators, and the density of experiences. Now, imagine technology that can directly manipulate these levers at will. Current research already hints at the possibility. Experiments with transcranial magnetic stimulation, VR immersion, and even carefully timed sound and light patterns can trick the brain into overestimating or underestimating time. Some military projects have even tested temporal dilation, systems that might help soldiers process battlefield events in what feels like slow motion, giving them more time to react. If prototypes like these exist today, consumer-grade versions may not be far behind. Picture this: a sleek headset or even a neural implant that allows you to enter a state where every second feels elongated. You sit down to study, and what your brain interprets as 6 hours of deeply focused effort may take only 2 hours in the outside world. For someone balancing a career, education, or creative passion projects, this could be revolutionary. Productivity would no longer be a matter of discipline alone, but of harnessing devices that literally make you feel like you have more time. Of course, this doesn't mean the world outside slows down. Your email inbox will keep filling up, and deadlines won't actually extend. What changes is the subjective experience. Within this altered frame, a fast-approaching deadline might feel comfortably distant, allowing you to work without panic. Artists could dive into flow states that feel like days of exploration compressed into an afternoon. Writers could draft volumes in what feels like weeks, while actually keeping pace with daily life. In this sense, time-slowing devices could turn every user into a kind of temporal magician, stretching their mental canvas at will. But how would these devices function at the consumer level? The likeliest path combines neuroscience, wearable technology, and artificial intelligence. Advanced headbands or contact lenses could monitor neural oscillations, adjusting sensory input to pace your internal clock. Eye companions might track your productivity cycles, dialing up temporal dilation during periods of deep work and easing you back into normal perception for social interaction. The experience might feel like entering a lucid dream while awake. Colors more vivid, thoughts slower but sharper, external distractions softened to a gentle background hum. Now, let's explore the benefits. At the top of the list is enhanced productivity. In a world where multitasking drains attention, time-slowing devices could allow users to single task with unprecedented depth. Instead of rushing through work, you'd savor it, unpack it, and build more complex connections. This could supercharge innovation, as breakthroughs often arise from extended focus. Beyond productivity, mental health might also benefit. Anxious minds, often racing with thoughts, could be calmed by stretching perception, slowing the rapid tumble of ideas into something more manageable. Yet the implications go much further. Imagine time-slowing gadgets as part of entertainment. A gamer might experience a battle sequence as if every sword strike or bullet dodge lasted minutes, creating a hyper-realistic simulation of superhuman reflexes. Athletes could train under extended time perception, giving them a virtual edge in reaction speed. Surgeons could perform operations with the precision of someone who feels like they have days to respond to each complication, even as minutes tick by in the operating room. For society, this could mean longer careers, safer medical procedures, and even a shift in how humans value experience itself. But let's pivot to the risks, because bending perception is not without dangers. If your brain becomes accustomed to artificially slowed time, re-entry into the normal flow might be jarring. Imagine spending what feels like 12 hours on a project only to realize just 2 have passed. Would you feel disoriented, or would life outside feel like it's racing uncontrollably fast? Addiction could also become a major issue. People might prefer to live in extended perception zones, where they feel more capable, more in control, and less pressed by the outside world. The line between healthy productivity tool and escapist drug would be thin. Another ethical dilemma emerges in competitive environments. If students, athletes, or professionals can buy time-slowing devices, does that create unfair advantage? Schools and companies might push their use, turning them into mandatory performance enhancers. Society has already wrestled with this over caffeine, ADHD medication, and nootropics. Time manipulation would raise the stakes exponentially. It's one thing to have more energy, it's another to feel like you literally live in longer days than your peers. We also have to consider long-term neurological impact. Brains are plastic, meaning they adapt to whatever patterns they're exposed to. Constantly stretching time perception might rewire baseline rhythms, leaving people unable to enjoy ordinary experiences. Everyday life could feel rushed, unsatisfying, or shallow compared to the rich dilation of the device. Some may develop dependence, much like digital addiction today. Society could fragment into groups: the accelerated, who cram decades of subjective time into years, and the unaugmented, who move at normal pace. Still, technology rarely halts at the edge of danger. The market for time-slowing gadgets would be enormous. Imagine an app store for time perception, meditation modules, productivity enhancers, creativity boosters. Subscription models could let you dial in the perception you want, from focus mode, to relaxation flow, to hyper-reflex. Gaming companies might sell special, slow time passes, letting players savor every moment of virtual worlds. Corporations would likely adopt them to squeeze more output from workers, while wellness industries would market them as modern therapy. Now, let's step even further into speculation. What if these devices evolve beyond wearables into direct brain interfaces? Neural lace technology, ultra-fine meshes embedded in the brain, could integrate time slowing as seamlessly as breathing. Instead of reaching for a gadget, you'd mentally toggle your perception. Over time, humanity might develop entire cultural rituals around subjective time. Some groups might value long time living, where individuals spend decades of felt experience in just a few real years, creating art and philosophy of immense depth. Others might reject the tech, holding onto the natural flow of life as a marker of authenticity. This brings us to a philosophical question: what is time, really? If your subjective experience can be stretched or compressed at will, is time still an objective reality, or does it become a personal canvas? Does a person who lives 60 real years at triple slow perception effectively live 180 subjective years? If so, how would they relate to friends and family who experienced far less? Technology has always reshaped human relationships with time, from sundials to smartphones, but time-slowing devices might be the ultimate transformation, fracturing the shared rhythm of human existence. We can also imagine geopolitical consequences. A nation that deploys time-slowing training for its military could create soldiers who react as if they live seconds longer in every heartbeat. Productivity-focused countries might push entire populations into extended work modes, altering global competition. If one culture embraces time dilation, could it leap centuries ahead in innovation while others lag behind? The race for mastery over perception could rival the space race, with nations vying to control the most precious resource of all. Not gold, not oil, but time itself. On a more personal note, imagine using such a device for leisure. A vacation that lasts only a week in reality might feel like a month of experiences. A concert could feel like an epic saga. A quiet walk in the park could stretch into a meditative journey. Humans may not just work better under time-slowing technology, we may live richer, fuller lives. And yet, the temptation to overuse could warp the sense of balance. After all, if you can stretch every moment, do moments themselves lose their rarity, their fleeting beauty? As technology marches forward, the line between perception and reality will blur further. Time-slowing devices, if realized, won't rewrite the cosmos, but they could rewrite the human story. They would not just change how we work or play, but how we measure existence itself. Perhaps one day, history books will look back and divide eras not by political shifts or technological revolutions, but by when humanity gained the ability to stretch time at will. In the end, time-slowing devices are not just gadgets. They are windows into what it means to be human, to experience, to create, to live. They challenge us to rethink productivity, ethics, relationships, and identity. And while we cannot yet purchase them at the corner store, the seeds are already here, in neuroscience labs, in AI research, in the dreams of technologists. The question is not just whether we will build them, but whether we are ready for the world they will create. Imagine waking up one day to a world where every moment brims with potential. You step outside, and the morning sun feels like it lingers longer on your skin, warming you not only physically but emotionally too. As you sip your morning coffee, the aroma envelops you in tranquility, and suddenly, those rushed seconds of daily life stretch, allowing you to savor the flavors, watch the clouds drift by, and truly breathe in each moment. This shift in time perception would revolutionize what it means to live fully, reshaping how we approach mundane tasks and the extraordinary moments alike. As you navigate through your day, everything begins to feel richer. Mundane errands transform into experiences worth relishing. Picture a trip to the grocery store where the vibrant colors of fresh produce seem more vivid, and the chatter of fellow shoppers shapes a delightful backdrop instead of a distraction. Each choice at the deli counter morphs into an exploration of flavor, opening avenues for culinary creativity that would typically go unnoticed amidst the rush of life. In this beautifully distorted sense of time, every interaction becomes an opportunity for connection, every decision a step towards a more intentional existence. With time on your side, you are free to explore the nuances of daily life with depth and appreciation. What if this enriched perception extended even further, transforming not just the mundane but also pivotal moments into something spectacular? Imagine embracing the creativity unleashed by a time-slowing device that grants you hours of exploration in just a few fleeting minutes. A painter could lose themselves in a canvas, colors blending and overlapping, each brushstroke eliciting profound inspiration as they delve deeper into their imagination. A musician could compose a symphony that resonates through time itself, crafting melodies that linger long after they've played the final note, each passage reflective of the richness of their extended experience. In this world, the act of creation is no longer bound by the constraints of time. Instead, it flows like an endless river, allowing full immersion into artistic expression. When time feels abundant, life's richest experiences are no longer rushed. They become epic journeys full of discovery. As this new way of experiencing life unfolds, questions about the ethical implications and societal impact begin to emerge. How do we ensure this technology is accessible to everyone, preventing a divide between those who can afford to manipulate their perception of time and those who cannot? Furthermore, what does it mean for the authenticity of our experiences? If every moment can be stretched, how do we maintain the genuine value of spontaneity and the fleeting nature of joy? These considerations challenge us to reflect on the core elements of our existence and the relationships we build in this ever-evolving landscape. Each decision that arises from the integration of time-slowing devices sparks the conversation about the essence of living fully and meaningfully. As this technology weaves itself into the very fabric of our daily lives, a new narrative emerges where moments transform into artistic masterpieces shaped not merely by time, but by perception. Local coffee shops could evolve into arenas for communal creativity, as friends gather not just to catch up, but to engage in spontaneous jam sessions or collaborative art projects that last as long as they desire. Each meeting becomes both a bonding experience and an opportunity for collective expression, redefining what it means to interact and collaborate. Imagine how entire communities could flourish, blending the richness of individual experiences into a vibrant tapestry of shared enjoyment, with every encounter pregnant with potential. Conversations could stretch and deepen, allowing ideas to be explored from every angle until they blossom into something profound. In these gathering spaces, time is not merely a measured commodity but a shared gift, allowing people to connect in ways previously unimaginable. As the sun sets, casting a golden hue over the horizon, the atmosphere shifts again. People gather, their laughter harmonizing with the vibrant strokes of the painted sky, as old friends reconnect and new bonds form. Imagine a moment where a casual conversation transforms into a joyful exchange of dreams and intentions, where individuals feel seen and heard, time expanding to encapsulate the essence of human connection. The simple act of being together evolves into a cherished experience, where every smile and shared memory deepens the threads of relationships. In this altered reality, moments once taken for granted blossom into cherished memories, forging a path towards a more meaningful existence. With every interaction, the significance of time shifts. It becomes not just a measure of life but a canvas upon which the vibrancy of shared experiences is painted, forever altering our perception of what it means to live fully. Imagine the dawn of a new reality, one where time is no longer a linear path but a sprawling landscape to explore. As days stretch into opportunities, the way we engage with our environment and each other could transform dramatically. For instance, a simple walk might evolve into a profound journey of self-discovery, where every step taken feels elongated, allowing reflections on life to unfold with clarity and depth. In this vibrant shift, ordinary interactions could spark significant conversations that lead to powerful revelations or innovative ideas, thus enriching our connections and experiences. With our perception of time transformed, we may find ourselves more present, aware, and deeply intertwined with the world around us, harnessing the potential of every fleeting moment. As we navigate through our days, this reimagined sense of time allows us to create memories that last longer and resonate more profoundly, reshaping our understanding of life itself. In this brave new world of time-slowing devices, the mundane becomes extraordinary, and every moment brims with the potential for growth, creativity, and meaningful connection. Imagine the societal structures adapting to this new perception of time. Educational institutions could reframe their curricula around these extended realities, where learning is not confined to rigid schedules but unfolds at a pace conducive to mastery. Students could engage in deep, immersive projects that allow them to explore subjects thoroughly, tapping into the vast reservoirs of creativity that emerge from their stretched experience. Classrooms might evolve into interactive spaces, fostering collaboration and real-time problem-solving, where every learner feels empowered to contribute and innovate without the pressure of ticking clocks. In this scenario, education transforms from a race against time into a journey of exploration, where knowledge is absorbed in rich, full strokes rather than hurried fragments. The essence of learning would shift, guiding students not just to acquire facts but to cultivate a deep understanding of the world around them, fostering a generation of thinkers, creators, and change-makers who thrive in a landscape where time is richly perceived. As we contemplate this future, the transformative power of time-slowing devices invites us to reimagine not just our experiences, but the very foundations of how society functions in harmony with our enriched interactions. The promise of time-slowing devices heralds a world where each individual blooms in their unique rhythm, yet it also beckons a multitude of challenges that society must navigate with care. The potential for inequality looms large. Will those without access to these technologies be left further behind, while others soar to unprecedented heights? As we integrate these advancements, we must grapple with our desire for deeper experiences against the risk of constructing an exclusive landscape where only the privileged can afford to manipulate their perceived time. Vigilant conversations must arise around inclusivity, preserving the authenticity of our interactions amidst a backdrop of firmware-driven life enhancements. This technology pushes us to question the very essence of our humanity. In seeking to stretch our moments, do we risk losing the beauty of life's transient nature? How we respond to these ethical quandaries may very well define the trajectory of our future. Imagine standing in a bustling city plaza, where every sound, every sight, feels intensified through the lens of altered time perception. The subtle hum of conversation weaves a tapestry of communal life, and the laughter of children playing nearby resonates as if it were a melody. Each moment unfolds gracefully, allowing you to observe the delicate dance of life around you. The flutter of leaves in the breeze, the artistry of street performers captivating onlookers, and the distant echo of music spilling from a nearby cafe. It's as if each second has transformed into a vibrant brushstroke, painting an intricate picture that invites you to linger, to savor, to truly experience. Here, in this rich tapestry of existence, time bends and flexes, urging you to step away from the rush of everyday life and immerse yourself in the beauty of now. As you breathe in deep, you feel alive, aware, and infinitely connected to the world around you. Imagine an artist standing before a blank canvas, each brush poised to unleash a flood of creativity. With the aid of a time-slowing device, they enter a realm where every color is a story, every stroke an exploration. Instead of feeling constrained by minutes slipping by, they immerse themselves in the nuances of their artwork, allowing inspiration to take root and flourish. Each element of their creation feels boundless, and time melts away as they craft a piece that transcends mere aesthetics. In this space, the artist discovers not just a deeper connection to their work, but to the very essence of creation itself. Art becomes an extension of time, flourishing in a landscape where hours feel like mere moments. Such an experience would redefine what it means to create, transforming the process into a profound journey rather than a race against the clock. Imagine walking through an art gallery, where each piece of work resonates differently under the influence of slowed time perception. As you approach a stunning landscape painting, the vibrant hues seem to pulse with life, allowing you to feel the essence of nature long after you've left the canvas. Each brushstroke tells a story, immersing you in the artist's world, capturing the essence of tranquility or tumult. You linger in front of the works, absorbing the subtleties, allowing your thoughts to drift and expand with every passing moment. In this rich atmosphere, appreciation is not just observed, it transforms into a soulful dialogue between you and the art. The experience becomes a meditative journey, where creativity is not bound by fleeting seconds, but flourishes in this newly stretched space of perception. By cherishing every intricate detail, you gain a deeper understanding of the human experience shared within those frames, reshaping your appreciation for artistic expression and deepening your connection to the world of creativity. Imagine sitting in a cafe, surrounded by the comforting aroma of freshly brewed coffee, and as conversations flow, the atmosphere vibrates with a sense of warmth and connection. Friends share laughter, their words lingering in the air longer, each anecdote rich with meaning. Time feels elastic. A brief exchange stretches into an endless exploration of memories, ideas, and dreams. Each moment deepens the bonds that tie individuals, transforming simple encounters into heartfelt exchanges that resonate on multiple levels. In this exquisite interplay, the mundane becomes extraordinary, allowing the shared human experience to flourish amidst the rich fabric of time. How we engage with one another shifts profoundly, as friendships transcend the limitations of our clocks, creating a new wave of interaction that invites people to truly see and listen, cultivating authentic connections that endure. Imagine navigating the complexities of a world transformed by this advanced perception of time. Here, the atmospheres of workplaces might evolve into a collaborative sanctuary where every brainstorming session stretches out like a vibrant tapestry. Colleagues could exchange ideas, losing track of minutes as moments morph into a flowing dialogue rich with innovation. The workspace flourishes, brimming with creativity that transcends traditional boundaries, enabling teams to tackle challenges with an openness that embraces the unexpected. In this environment, every conversation feels invested with the weight of potential, producing solutions that might otherwise slip through the cracks of a hurried existence. The implications of such a shift are profound, inviting businesses to consider not just efficiency, but the quality of their interactions as well. Time, once a relentless adversary, becomes an ally in this fresh take on collaboration. As our journey exploring this intricate relationship between time and perception deepens, we find ourselves at a crossroads of possibility and responsibility. The way we approach our daily lives could fundamentally change, giving birth to entire ecosystems centered around a new rhythm of existence. Community gardens may flourish as gathering points for collective creativity, where individuals engage in flourishing dialogues while cultivating plants that themselves require time to grow. Yet, with these uplifting shifts, we must vigilantly navigate the potential pitfalls. Balancing an enhanced perception with grounding in reality will be essential to ensure our grasp on life's fleeting moments remains intact. In this new era, embracing both the fleeting and the everlasting becomes a testament to our human spirit. Time-slowing devices, if realized, will not only transform how we perceive moments but also how we engage with our essence as human beings. As we explore this uncharted territory, the challenge remains: can we harness these tools responsibly to enhance our lives without losing the beauty of life's inherent transience? The future beckons, inviting us to embrace a richer existence amid this exhilarating transformation. Hey, if you're enjoying this video and want to see more like it, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update.